Welcome back to my 100-day drawing challenge 2020. Today's day number 20 and the prompt is Mermaid. To be really honest, today was the first day that I woke up this morning and actually thought to myself, I really don't feel like drawing today. I mean, we're 20 days in, so I've been drawing a lot lately, but I actually really like how this drawing turned out, so that's really lucky. Yeah, I actually really like how this drawing turned out, which is really good. So for the prompt Mermaid, I had to think about this one for quite a while because I've drawn so many mermaids in the past. I really wanted to think of something new and exciting and different, but I was really struggling with that today. I really couldn't think of anything unique or anything to put a unique spin on this prompt. To be honest, I just wanted to stick in my comfort zone and draw something cute, because as much as I would have liked to have drawn something really unique and different, I just couldn't really think of anything, especially not anything that I hadn't dabbled in before, just because I've drawn so many mermaids in the past. So I decided to stick in my comfort zone with this one and just draw something cute. I actually redrew a character from last year's challenge. It wasn't a complete redraw of that image because I drew the character in a completely different pose and changed up a couple of things about the character, but it was definitely inspired by that character from last year. I just really liked that character. I just thought that it was a cute colour combination and I liked her little outfit. I thought it was really cute, so that was what I ended up drawing today. I know it's a little bit uninspired. I just basically redrew a character that I already drew last year, but I really like how it came out. I tried a couple of different new things. I drew her in a different pose. I kept the colour scheme pretty much the same. I tried out something a little bit different with the hair. I just left the hair lineless. I've dabbled in lineless styles with a couple of other drawings. I found that the thing that I prefer to do the most is to draw my line art with coloured fine liners and then colour on top. But for this illustration, I went over and lined most of the character but just left the hair lineless, which I really like because I just feel like with hair, especially when the hair is like free and flowing all over the place, it's really difficult to stay within the lines that you've already drawn. And one thing I struggle with too is after I've done the sketch, when I go in and do the line art, it's really difficult to get those precise long flowing lines with a fine liner. You have to be really careful and make sure your hand isn't shaking as you go along. So I really hate lining hair because I feel like when I sketch it, the sketchy lines are very free and flowing, which is what I want for the hair. But then once I go in with the line art, it tends to get really shaky and muddled and I accidentally cross lines over each other and that sort of thing. And this has happened to me a couple of times in the past, which is why I've always said that I'm not very good at drawing long flowing hair. But in this illustration, I decided just not to line it and just go straight on top of the sketchy lines with the markers so that I could do these long flowing lines with the markers and then shade it, and then just went over with some coloured pencils in the end to define some of the lines that I wanted defined. But I actually think it turned out really cute. I would actually love to continue to experiment with this style, maybe just doing hair lineless, because I feel like sometimes leaving the entire image lineless doesn't really work in my style. It's not really something that I'm very practiced at, but maybe in the future I will try this little technique again and line most of the character or most of the image, but just leave the hair lineless and just as a sketch and go over with markers. And I don't really think I've explained before, but the reason I tend to do my sketch in coloured pencil rather than in like graphite pencil is because you can go over it with marker and it doesn't smudge. I tend to choose a coloured pencil that is in the general colour that the image will end up in. So if I'm doing a colour scheme for an illustration that's orange and blue, I'll do my line art in orange or blue, or if it's overwhelmingly green, I'll draw it in green. When you use graphite pencil, it will show up through the marker if you colour on top of it and will also smudge across the page. But yeah, overall there's not much else I want to say about this image. I think it's really cute. I'm sorry that it is a little bit uninspired. It's maybe not the most groundbreaking, interesting thing you've ever seen, but I do think it's cute. I like the colour scheme. I think the character is adorable. You know, tomorrow is a fresh start and I'll maybe draw something a little bit more inspired. Oh no. Oh, I just remembered what the prompt is for tomorrow. Forget what I just said. Tomorrow's gonna be awful. Tomorrow's gonna be awful. Please forgive me for tomorrow's drawing. I just remembered what the prompt is for tomorrow and please don't expect big things. But the day after tomorrow will be awesome, so will it? I don't know what the prompt is. Yeah, I just looked at the prompt list. Yeah, the day after tomorrow will be pretty good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see. Anyway, that's all. That's all for today. If you're interested, there's a link to the full challenge playlist on screen and in the description. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up with me completing this challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow for another prompt. Take care.